What's up, YouTube? It's your barber girl, T-Fire the Barber, and welcome back to another fade on the Faded Room. Today, as you can see, we have another client here sitting here in the chair, and we have a semi-straight / semi-curly hair today. So this fade this taper actually should be interesting. I hope you guys watch till the end. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate all the support from you guys so far. Alright, so let's get into this. First, as we always do, we're just gonna clear out the hair. I usually clear out the top, but we don't know yet if we're going to, at this point, we did not know yet if we're going to leave the top shaggy or we're going to cut it down some. So we're just clearing out the area that we're actually gonna yeah, I'd be messing with him. Just peekaboo. Where's your hairline? Peekaboo. There it is. But yeah, we're just gonna clear out the area that we're actually gonna fade, and here we're gonna go in with our first step, which is creating our first guideline with the liners, balding out that area. And I feel like this, considering how a lot of people start, this is pretty low. My first guideline for this first step is pretty low here in the back, and this is gonna be your second step, which is going in with the clipper all the way closed and just making about a half of a guide and going up and just, you know, blending that area. As you guys know, we're just blending out that area with that all the way closed. Then we go with it all the way open and do the same thing, creating the next guideline, and we're just gonna blend that area out in the middle there with the no guard halfway closed. Then we're gonna go back in, put a number 1 guard on all the way closed, and create our next guideline. And as you guys know, with that, we're gonna come back in with the half and knock that guide that we just created out. Someone in the comments asked me why I did it with it closed instead of it open. Well, for this part, I just feel like it gives it a better blend, and it's just a quicker, to me, it's a quicker step into the next area of blending the hair instead of having to come back with it halfway closed and come back with the half to try to knock it out. That's just how I do it. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And here it is. This is the half. We just come back with it and knock it out, and the area is done, pretty much done. We'll go back in, and this is just detailing, and this is going to happen throughout the whole haircut. While I go, I detail while I go, and also at the end of the haircut, I also detail, because it takes time. Detailing takes a little bit of time, so I just try to knock out as much as I can on the way throughout the fade, and then at the end just get whatever else I need to get. And this is the clipper no guard, and we're just going in with the corners and blending out that area. Next, we're gonna go in with a 1.5 all the way closed and create our next guideline. And here, as you guys can see, the blend is coming together, and we're getting to the top of this blend, so you know, we're just trying to clean it up. And as you guys know, for the number 1.5, it kind of leaves it choppy, honestly. So this hair, when I blend it, it's always a challenge for me because it takes a lot more work than most of the blends that I usually do, and it takes a lot more detailing. Even though his hair is straight, you know, and he has a good grain of hair, it's still very challenging for me to blend. Not in the sense that I don't know how to blend it, but in the sense of it always takes way more time. And here we are with the clipper with the number 1 all the way open, and we're blending / detailing at the same time, because you see me, I'm using the corner of the blade to get those little areas. And you know, that's what your fade takes sometimes. It just takes you adjusting to the area that you're working in. So we're just gonna try to use the corner of those blades, not the whole thing, but you know, just try to blend that area out. And you see how long it takes me to go up in there and to get all of that hair out. Like I said, in this area of the head, it's really straight. He has curly hair when it grows out, but in this area it gets very straight, so it's a little harder and it's really thick. But like I said before, we're just gonna go back in and detailing. Detail it. There's actually 2 different ways, and I'll mention it to you guys a little later, of the ways that I blend his hair and the way his haircut turned out There's two different ways, and I want to see what you guys think about the second way and how the second way looked too. But back to this fade. Here we are still with no guard, and we're just going in there and detailing, as you guys can see, detailing that area right there. And now we're going to go with the number 2, lever all the way closed, and we're going to create a guideline slash debulk that area. We're not trying to go straight up. As you guys can see, I'm coming outwards, up and outwards, not all the way through, all the way up. And that's just so we don't touch the top of where the curl is, and that's as far as we're going. And here we're going back in with the number 1.5 open, just to knock that number 2 all the way closed guideline out. And we're just going to work our lever here, because we're going to go with it all the way open, but we're also going to adjust to, you know, blend the rest of the hair. So whatever part is not coming out, we're just going to keep closing our lever until it's blended all the way out. Here we are. I'm still using a corner, because at this area we're just trying to get that little corner area. We're not trying to go up anymore, but we still need that area to be blended out. As you guys can see, we still have a guide there, we still have a line there, and we're going to go in with the number 1 and detail out that area, blend out that area that that guideline that we created, and the rest of that guideline that's left. Sorry for being in the shot, you guys. What you do to the right, you do to the left. Don't forget, you guys, that's the number 2 guard. I just went back in and took out a little bit of hair. Don't forget, what you do to the right, you always do to the left side, just to keep it even. Now we're going to move to the side of the head, the temple area, and we're going to create our first guideline. We're going to ball this out because we're not going to keep the C cut. It's going to be a separation, so we ball this area out. And then we go into our second guide, which is clipper all the way closed, and we just create a half of a guide just to blend that area out. And later on, we don't have to come back and, you know, blend it out with the liner. And we're gonna open it up and create our next guideline. Here we're over there halfway closed, and we're going to blend that guide out that we just created. We're just detailing at this point. Now we're going to go in with our number 2 and create our next guideline, you guys. So we're going to go up and out, up and out. That's the motion of the clipper that we're doing. We're not trying to touch the hair with the top where it's curly. We're just trying to get some type of connection from the bottom of the fade into the top of that curl. So the number 2 does that, as well as debulking. So now we're going to go back in with our number 1 and finish the rest of this taper, which is going in with it all the way closed, creating our next guideline. Then we're going to come back in with the half, and here we go, blending out that hairline. I mean, that guide that we just created, we're blending that area out. Then we're going to go back in with our no guard all the way open, and we're just trying to detail and blend that area out that the half guard could not blend or could not get to. As you can see, we're just detailing, you guys. This is the part of detailing that happens throughout the haircut, like I told you guys earlier. Now we're going to move back in with our number 1.5 all the way closed. And we're just trying to connect that area from the number 2 that we had, that we debulked with, and the number 1 that we just blended out. And here we are, we'll go back in with the number 1 guard all the way open, which is about a 1.5, and we're just trying to connect those 2 areas. sometimes the 1.5 guard won't get it, so you got to go back in with the number 1 guard, open it up, and get that area that needs to be blended out. This slow clip, I feel like, just shows you guys how hard it is for me to blend this area right here, actually. But you got to do it. Just keep going in with those corners and just try to blend it as much as you can. Like I said, later on we're going to detail, so you know, for right now this blend is pretty good. We just got to move on to the next thing until we come back and detail the whole rest of the head. And here we are, just blending the sideburns. It's pretty much the same step. Sideburns probably doesn't go past a 1, so we just blend from a liner all the way up to a number 1. Unless they want to keep it really dark, then you just got to go in with no guard, but usually it goes to a number 1. At least, depending on the height of the beard. And here we are going back, just detailing a bit. Keep going. As you see, it's no guard. As you guys can see, I'm not using the whole blade, I'm just using the corners to get those dark areas, those dark spots. And here we're just going to move to the left side of the head and do the same thing that we did on the right. That's the goal. So this area is just going to go a little faster because it's the same thing that we did to the right that we're doing to the left side right now. And like I mentioned earlier to you guys, there's a different way, there's multiple ways that I do blend his hair or that I want this taper to look. Sometimes it's on the shaggy side, which is just like an everyday wear type of thing every week. And then sometimes it is a high and tight look. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys a video of what that high and tight look like. And I want to hear you guys' feedback in the comment section below if you do have any about the difference between the cuts and which one you prefer, or you know, the way you like it. But both ways, you can wear them both ways, honestly. I hope you guys make it to the end so you guys could actually see that video, because I feel like it's interesting, and it just shows a different part or a different way that you could blend the hair, and it could be different every single time. Some people like to keep it the same. Some people like, you know, looking having different type of hairstyles or different type of cuts, even though it could be the same style of cut, but just, you know, have it look a little different. And that's something you gotta work on too. And I feel like it keeps it a little bit fun when you could switch up the person's, you know, their hairstyle, especially if you have that leeway. They give you that leeway where, you know, you could change it up. Why not? And here we are, we're going to move into the front hairline. At this point, we already prepped the hair, you guys, so we're just going to move right into lining it up. And as I showed you guys earlier in this video, his hairline is pretty challenging. It started off being really challenging, but now it's just slow and easy, taking your time, trying not to, you know, just push it up, but also working it where you also account for the fact that his hair is curly, and it does also curl up in the front. So you're gonna try to cut it in a way, or try to line up in a way where it's not too short and it's also not too long where you have a whole lot of gaps, because for him, he does not like enhancements. So we're trying to keep his hairline as natural and as straight as possible without it curling up and without there being gaps in it, that, you know, that many gaps. So just take your time, you know, use your blade, use your corners, take your time and just line them up. We're just going to go back in with the little corners just to knock this little area out, get it as sharp as we can. We're also going to go back in with the razor, so this is just a first outline to see where his hairline is gonna fall. And as you guys can see so far, it's a pretty nice, heavy, healthy hairline. It's not too high, it's not too low, and it's not too many gaps and not too many strands. Like I said, he keeps his hairline natural, no enhancements or anything like that. So you gotta make it look as best as you can, as natural as it can. And here we're just gonna move to the back and do the same thing, just to have a little bit of separation, since throughout the whole theme of this haircut there is separation in the sides and in the back. Same thing we do to the sides just to match it. I try to pull it down, and as you can see, there's still a connection from the top to the bottom because it's not too, not to the side behind the ear. It's not too light, but it's also, low enough where it could blend into the back of this hairline, this lineup that we're starting here. You guys can see we're trying to keep this, as, like I said, as natural, as close as possible, and with the least gap as possible. And as you guys can see, this lineup is pretty much coming together. We're just, using the corner of a blade around the ear. Don't forget to bend the ear down. Use that finger that's on the ear as kind of your lever, or like your mark, where you're resting your hand on it, and that's pretty much guiding you. That's how you go behind the ear to get that C shape, or that rounded shape. You just make sure you use that finger that's on the ear as a little prop. It holds your hand steady too. And here we are, the lineup behind his ear, and then we're going to move on to the next side and do the same thing. Keep it as natural and as low as natural as possible, because when it grows back, that's when it looks a little crazy. if you go too much into the back, when it starts growing back, it really does start looking crazy, and you can tell they really need a haircut. So when his go back, it still looks good even though the hair goes back. And it doesn't look crazy when it comes to sitting in your chair and you see a complete different separation area. I mean, some people, they have it so wide where you have to do it, but if the person has like a natural line that just flows in the back of their hair like that, try to keep it as natural as possible. And here we are, we're just going to go back in with the number 1 guard, or we switch between the guards, whatever area we're working on, and we're just detailing. Detailing is freestyling. Yeah, it's freestyling in barber. I know someone else already said that, but that was funny. And here we are, you guys. We have this haircut, and like I said, this is one way that you could actually wear this haircut, and it's, like I said, it's serviceable. It looks really good. It looks really great on him. And this is the second way that you can wear it, which is high and tight if you're, going to an event. We also trim the top down to keep it more manageable and for the curls to be more prominent and stand out more. And as you guys can see, it really has more of a polished, more cleaner look to it. So please let me know in the comment section below, you guys, which haircut you prefer or which one you like, and also what do you think about each haircut for each of them. Again, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you can get notified when the next video drop. I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. I love all the support that you guys have been giving me, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next faded room. Alright, y'all, it's your girl T5 Barber, and I'll catch y'all on the next fade. I'm out.